In this legislative assembly, the government proposes legislation. We debate, we argue, and we advocate our positions passionately. And then we in this chamber each vote on the bill as duly elected members of the people of Alberta. And if that vote passes with a majority, that bill becomes the binding and constitutionally enforceable law of the province of Alberta. This is how democracy works. This is the rule of law. It is the very foundation of our democracy. Yesterday, the leader of the NDP opposition spoke with the media outside this chamber. And when told by a reporter that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was taking no option off the table, including the potential of Mr. Trudeau unilaterally revoking and quashing the Alberta sovereignty within a United Canada Act, should it pass in this elected assembly, the NDP leader stated, and I quote, "I think if they revoked the act, that would be the right thing to do." Unquote. Shame.
Hey guys, this is Marcel with Ernie Racing News. Danielle Smith, the Premier of Alberta, she posted a video on her Facebook page, and I figured let's share it to you guys on YouTube, where she's talking about the Sovereignty Act that she brought in place to protect Albertans. And of course, she's getting attacked by the liberal propaganda saying it's unconstitutional, when in fact it is constitutional. You know, it's just the heresy of the bullshit Trudeau liberals, right, Coco? Right, they just don't want you to be free. They want you to be in a cage with no guns and no freedom, and then they're gonna like shoot you with multiple jabs. Experimental, dangerous things.
Well, Mr. Speaker, over the past several days, we have heard non-stop hysteria, both in and out of this House, as the NDP opposition, its leader and their allies continue their desperate attempt to paint the Alberta Sovereignty within the United Canada Act as some sort of undemocratic power grab threatening the democracy. That somehow this act gives power to Cabinet to unilaterally alter legislation behind closed doors, despite the fact that it does not. It is a shameful display of fear-mongering and fabrication that Albertans will remember well when they see how democratically and effectively this constitutional shield will be used in the coming months and years ahead to protect the rights and welfare of Albertans from Ottawa's continuous, unconstitutional, and harmful overreach. But, Mr. Speaker, that's not why I'm standing today to address my fellow elected members of the legislature. You see, as unseemly as the NDP has acted these past 72 hours, voting against a bill they hadn't even read, making accusations and statements without a shred of truth that had to be deleted from Twitter, despite it all, these sorts of antics and tactics, for better or for worse, are part of our democratic process. Assembly. The NDP leader stated, and I quote, "I think if they revoked the act, that would be the right thing to do." Unquote. Shame. The meaning of the NDP leader's words are crystal clear. This member clearly believes that her dear friend, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, should unilaterally quash and override a law of Alberta because she disagrees with it. And I have to say, Mr. Speaker, in my lifetime, I have never heard a more undemocratic statement or thought uttered by an elected official in this province, let alone one who sees herself fit for the office of Premier. It is astounding, both for its raw, undemocratic meaning and its level of pure hypocrisy. Having later realized the magnitude of her statement, this member got up on CBC and on Twitter yesterday evening to deny she had even said it, when in fact, she could not have said it more clearly. Mr. Speaker, we have heard this member and caucus wrongfully accuse this government of attempting to subvert democracy. And yet, in a moment of pristine clarity, this NDP leader let it slip just how little regard she has for the very Alberta democracy she seeks to lead. Is that her plan? Mr. Speaker, when the NDP leader doesn't get her way in this democratically elected assembly, will she just call up her good friend Justin Trudeau and her federal party leader Jagmeet Singh to direct their coalition government to quash and override the laws of our land? What sort of rule of law is this? This member and her party are quick to dig up statements from 24 months or 24 years ago to inform Albertans of my alleged positions of today. Well, how about 24 hours ago? Because 24 hours ago, this member made it clear that in her view, when the chips are down, it's Ottawa before Alberta. It's Justin and Jagmeet before the Constitution. This member should apologize immediately for her lapse of judgment and affirm her commitment to upholding the laws of our province, whomever may have written them. As for me, let me be clear. I know I'm not perfect, but I will never apologize for defending Albertans against federal actions harmful to our province. I will never deviate. I will never deviate from putting this province above any federal leader. My loyalty is to Albertans. I will accept their judgment of me and this government, whatever that may be, and I will never call upon any federal prime minister to override or strike down a law passed by this legislative assembly. Albertans are a proud and free people. We are not mere subjects of politicians in Ottawa, able to quash the laws of this elected assembly upon request. I'd ask this honourable member and everyone in this House to remember who we serve. Because for me and this side of the House, there is no debate. We serve Albertans first, always. Thank you.
Hey, buddy. Thanks for watching Ernie Racing News with Coco and Fred.